Hey everybody, welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today we're talking about Algorand. Yep, and I'm going to break down for you why I think Algo is going to be the number 3 cryptocurrency a lot sooner than most of you think. You think I'm crazy? Well, let's get into it. First off, a little bit of fun. The other day, Elon Musk was responding to the World Food Program on Twitter, and he tweeted, if the WFP can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. But it must be open source accounting so the public sees precisely how the money is spent. All right. So Elon's responding to this idea that Elon Musk can solve world hunger by himself, right? And Elon Musk is taking obviously the side that, charities suck, and if he gave the $6 billion, they would squander it, make each other rich, and none of the problems would get solved. I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way about certain charities, and it's difficult. It makes it difficult for these rich people to just liquidate all their stuff because that's what they would do. If it were really going to solve the problem, all these billionaires would just get rid of all their money. But since these charities don't work, they have to hold all their money and create generational wealth so nobody in their family ever has to work, and then they have these useless children that have no skills and are entitled and pricks. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then, but our hero, Silvio Micali, came out with this tweet. He said, this would make for an excellent use of the open, public, decentralized, and carbon negative Algorand blockchain. I'll work on this with you, Elon. I'll work on this with you, Elon. Well, look, folks, if we're all being honest, Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon Musk could do a lot worse than Silvio Micali, the carbon negative Algorand blockchain, to solve world hunger. So get on it, folks. I doubt it. That's okay. That's okay. It's fun. So let's get back to the topic at hand about how I believe that Algo will be the number 3 cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap sooner than a lot of you think. Now, doesn't mean by the end of this year. So don't think that I'm so delusional that think that Algorand's going to make some 9x run in the next 2 months to overtake who is currently third, which is BNB, Binance Coin, right? Don't think it's going to happen that soon, but I think it is going to happen. So let's just look where we are right now. If you look at the list right now, Algo is sitting at number 20 with about 11.3 billion market cap. All right. And then if you look up the list, you got obviously number 1 is Bitcoin, number 2 is Ethereum. Those two are not changing. I do not predict 1 and 2 to change. Maybe they flip each other. Ethereum could flip number 1 if they get everything right and the Metaverse is what everybody says. And then there has been a kind of a carousel at number 3. Currently it's Binance Coin. I think at some point it was Cardano. At another point it was XRP. I'm sure there's been other, coins that have flirted with being number 3. And each one of those coins, like Cardano, is supposed to kill ETH and all these different things. People sometimes even say that Algorand is an ETH killer. It's not an ETH killer. It will not kill ETH. It will live with ETH at number 3, right behind it, or if Ethereum flips Bitcoin, right below Bitcoin. That's where this is headed, and I believe that with a lot of conviction. And why do I believe this, right? Am I just pulling this out of my ass? No, I'm not. So we all know Bitcoin, store value, first mover. We all know Ethereum, they're going through an upgrade. If that goes off properly and all this hype around a metaverse, and if that truly is the future of where we're headed, which, all answers point to yes. I mean, it might be a bubble and it might, there's going to be a lot of rug pulls and bag holders and lots of things in this space. It's obviously very artificially pumped right now. So I would be careful moving into all these metaverse plays currently. But the best move to do is if you believe in a future metaverse, well, then buy Ethereum, buy Ether, because it seems like that is going to be the main place where all of these projects are built. And if you look at all the big projects right now that are metaverse related, they're all ERC20 tokens. So, you got to adjust, folks. Now, why? Why would Algorand climb all the way up, right? All the way up from 20 to number 3. If it were to do that right now, that would be about an 8x. Yeah, it would go about 8 times. Okay, So that would get the, if you're curious, that would be about a $16 algo, which would be fantastic. And there'd be a lot of very rich people out there that'd be extraordinary. They'd be very happy. It would be very happy for the algo holders. But that's not why I'm talking about this. There's something that's going on right now in the United States. Okay, and that is what that is called is regulation. Regulation is coming. If the regulators don't shut everything down, I am predicting that Bitcoin could be the #2 cryptocurrency and still flip gold. Okay, so that's intense, right? That's not happening anytime soon. That's not happening in the next couple of years, but that is where this seems to be headed. Okay. All right. So why does Algo become #3? Why doesn't Solana? Why doesn't Polkadot? Why doesn't Cardano? Why doesn't XRP? Why doesn't, Shiba? I mean, if you look at the list in between 20 and 1, you got legit, maybe ETH killer type projects. You got some literal dog shit. You got some stable coins. And then you got some legit projects that will never be #3. But I believe that Algo is going to #3. I keep on teasing this, but why do I think that it will? All right. The creator of Algorand has the pedigree of MIT, teaching there 30 years. He is the creator of some of the most important cryptographic breakthroughs of the last 30 years, things like zero knowledge proofs, verifiable random functions, all of this stuff. So the gravitas, the intelligence, his former student, Chris Pikert, is a post-quantum specialist, one of the world's best in that field. He is the head of cryptography at Algorand. The team is so impressive. The tech is solid. And if you have been interested in Algorand for more than just the last couple of months, one of your frustrations has been, okay, yes, we have the tech, but we don't have any marketing. We don't have any progress. Where's DeFi? Where's all this stuff? Why isn't this building out? Well, now we're watching Algorand get a larger microphone. More and more people are entering into the ecosystem. We now have DeFi, we have YLDY, we have Tinyman, we have Lofty, we have Opulous, we have all these interesting creative projects, and we have so much coming. And already have things like Securitize. Securitize is tokenizing assets, digital securities. They are the ones that brought Exodus to the Algorand blockchain. The Exodus stock is tokenized and on the Algorand blockchain. And there's going to be more. These people are concerned about compliance, compliant digital securities. Then you have a company called Republic. Republic is basically like Shark Tank, right? You as an accredited or a non-accredited investor can invest in startups. You can invest in a basket of Miami real estate. A lot of cool stuff is happening with Republic. Their security token for investing in their company, Republic, is built on the Algorand blockchain. They're not trying to predict where regulation is going to be in the future. They are operating within regulations now. They emphasize compliance. These are revolutionary companies that are already big, that are already aligning themselves with Algorand. Now, digital securities are going to be huge, and they also are going to be regulated. And guess what? There isn't even a secondary market for digital securities currently, or not one that I'm aware of. I would make a pretty strong bet that there will be a secondary market for digital securities, and it'll be built on Algorand. You have things like AlgoFi. It's basically bringing a bank to decentralized finance. Then you have Algo Mint, which is coming soon. You can have a Bitcoin. You can bring a Bitcoin, and then you can get Go BTC, and then you can take part in the Algorand decentralized finance ecosystem with your Bitcoin, basically, and move around in the Algorand DeFi and realize, holy moly, this is free to do. So that can bring so much liquidity into the Algorand DeFi ecosystem, right? So is DeFi blossoming in the Algorand ecosystem? Absolutely. YLDY is fantastic. It is only going to grow. It is the first DeFi project in Algorand, and as the DeFi ecosystem grows, it will still be the first one with the cool flamingo branding, and it will continue to build out their project. The bridge will not just be to Ethereum and back, it'll be to other blockchains. That project is likely to be successful, and when ASAs start getting put on major centralized exchanges, you got to believe that YLDY will be one of them. Only 10 billion YLDY out there. It's not a bad investment. You can earn 40% on your investment until all of that cool stuff happens. Not a bad idea to invest in YLDY. Opulous is obviously a great investment. Look, that thing is just flying up. And look, I mean, if they pull it off, it's fantastic. And they seem to be pulling it off. You got Lil Pump, Soulja Boy, bruh. So there's lots of interesting things happening over there. You got to be excited, but it is this more compliant future of finance angle that I believe is going to separate us from all the other ones because it is global now. We cannot destroy this industry. We've got to be the leader of this industry, right? And then they're going to look at, okay, well, where do we have relationships that we can trust? Well, obviously they're going to look to MIT, Silvio Micali, and Algorand blockchain. Obviously. I mean, there might be other people that they look at. There are other blockchain projects that also could possibly have these wonderful relationships and yada, 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 yada. But I believe that they will look at Algorand DeFi. They'll look at how they're, these things like AlgoFi and Securitize and Republic and how they use the Algorand blockchain. And they are going to model their regulations based on what Algorand's doing because of it just makes sense. Now, I believe that. And then I also believe another thing about crypto at large, the entire crypto industry at large. Once there is regulatory clarity on the crypto industry, then global sovereign funds are going to pour into crypto. Now, obviously, that's going to be a great thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's what everyone knows. And if you're going to put a lot of money into cryptocurrency right now and you don't want to make a huge, scary bet, your bet's probably going to be in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, then it becomes a whole bunch of different horses. Like, do you believe in Solana? Do you believe in Cardano? Do you believe in XRP? Do you believe in Algorand? I believe that a lot of these different funds are going to align themselves with Algorand. Now, that is only going to come when more things happen. And we all know that Decipher is at the end of November, and they've already said there's going to be big announcements at Decipher. So I look forward to hearing what comes from that. And look, folks, there's going to be more CBDCs. I mean, Algorand is obviously very well prepared, is very well set up for CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. It is the first mover in that space. Accelerated vesting program is completely over, and we have room to fly. Now we just need announcements. Now we just need to see what Algorand is actually going to do. But in the meantime, if I were you, I would wait patiently for AlgoFi, and when AlgoFi comes, I would create a little bank account, and then I would probably, if I were you right now, I'd start building my bag of YLDY and be on YLDY getting 40, 43, 45% interest on your YLDY. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? Once Algorand reaches number 3, I'm going to organize an event, and you all are invited. It's going to be called the Bronze Medal Crypto Event. And nobody is going to be more excited about getting a bronze medal than me. You know what I mean? Make sure you vote. And, figure out how to get into these projects. Opulous, did you miss it? Did you miss it? You missed Opulous, didn't you? Just come on, guys. Listen. Have courage. The Algorand ecosystem is growing. It's the beginning. The trip for Algorand to $50 billion market cap is coming. That's a 5x. That'll be about a $10 algo. You'll be very happy you bought it at 188. This is not financial advice. It's just friendly advice from your friend, Cooper Daniels, who's just giving his opinion. And that's all we do over here, is opinionate. Just a little bit of fun and lots of talking. And fun shirts that keep repeating themselves because I'm too lazy to go to the store and buy new shirts. All right, everybody. Hey, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, thank you for watching. Do your homework.